I felt like becoming a real estate agent was the easiest way for me to get into the business.
So now let's dive right into the journey to multifamily investing and EXP commercial. So we talked a little bit about it in the beginning, right? So you're working with the city, you're going to the ICSC, yeah, and then you're learning, you're absorbing. At a certain point, it's switched over to, okay, all right, I want to become an investor myself. I want to help others do the same. I also want to become a broker. So talk us through that part of the story.
Okay, yeah, I'll try to condense it. That's a 10-year story. Actually, after my internship, I was still at that point. I don't know if you remember, Brett, going through school. When you're in your senior year, everybody's trying to find a job. It's like, okay, you got to go to these on-campus interviews. You got to fill out these applications. You got to try to find a job. And that was my senior year. And it was my first real exposure to government. So being a business-minded guy, I didn't really see government as the direction that I wanted to take my career. So I had an opportunity that came up working for another company in a management rotation program, executive leadership program. And I actually decided to take that opportunity rather than pursue a career in government. Fast forward 2 years, that was 2008, probably 6 months after I started the job. The 2008 financial crisis happened. It was a crazy time. Fortunately for me, I was able to keep my job, but I saw a lot of people being fired and being laid off. And then ultimately I decided I didn't really like the job that I was at. So I left that job. I went out to Seoul, South Korea to teach English. And while I was in Seoul, I was starting to doing some soul searching. I was like, okay, Kevin, what do I actually want to do with my career? So fast forward, I decided, hey, I really like real estate. I really like bringing people together. I like all of the different components that real estate offers. I like the potential for wealth. I like the potential for independence and running your own business. So I decided to get into real estate, and with the limited knowledge that I had at the time in terms of the profession of real estate, I felt like becoming a real estate agent was the easiest way for me to get into the business. So I first got my license in Washington, D.C., and then I immediately got my license in Maryland, and then followed that up with my license in Virginia. And over the course of a couple of years, I stumbled, I fell down, I learned a lot about real estate. I started learning a lot about wholesaling and flipping contracts. And that's when I started to get deeper into the world of investing, because I was really good at acquisitions. I was really good at finding deals. I was really good at, talking to sellers. And so I started to have a lot more investor clients. And that's when I started to get exposed to the financial opportunities of being an investor and some of the benefits behind investing in real estate. And then, of course, kind of learning a lot more from a education standpoint through continuing learning and reading. Of course, your Robert Kiyosaki's and, some of your different financial education books. So that's kind of how I started going down the road of learning about investing and becoming a real estate salesperson.
Amazing.